Hello, my beautiful people. I am SS the Showstopper, and today is the 15th of September 2023. Now, today we have seen what's taking place on social media between YouTube sensation or social media sensation Queenie and Dewey. I've spoken about them. I've uploaded a video on Queenie in particular and her behavior at the KFC, of which she spoke about. And she, actually convinced herself that she was right in every way. And because of such, listening to the video and her behavior and such, it's living proof that this is a mad woman. No, today, we have seen what's taking place. Her and Dewey, she said that she hasn't seen him in 13. Well, today would be 14 days now. She don't know where he is, if he's in Canada. They're arguing over a vehicle that he should return her car. He said that he's not returning it and yada yada yada. All is mixed up. The cyst that she got on her face, it's actually from him punching her. He then, saying that she stabbed him, he showed a wound of him getting stabbed, and she didn't want to go to the doctor. She left it until it got infected, and so she had to go to the hospital. This is a classic case of an opportunist versus a mad woman. Queenie has been known over social media for many years of gyrating, frolicking, making some frightening, crazy behavior, attacking people, going after people, defending herself from being attacked by people, yada, yada, yada. So many things over the years Queenie has done. I've spoken about it several times. And we've seen wherein she met Dewey. She decided to get married, bring him over to the UK, have him living there. They were going to do business together, including music, promotion, sponsor, endorsement, all that things, to put them on, to do shows, all these things that can generate money, giving him a business to sell bleaching cream, to do all sorts of things, all sorts of little things here and there to generate money for both of them so they can basically, I guess, build an empire. I won't knock a person's hustle. I won't knock anybody for having an ambition. I will never knock anybody for doing things legitimate and doing things the legitimate way to get by. I won't knock anybody's hustle. They weren't stealing. Well, she was known for stealing, but she was doing something legitimate this time with Dewey, or her aim was to do something legitimate with her husband because she's married to him, to get by, to move from point A to point B, and to be that sexy, that successful, power couple out there. Besides the controversy, because controversy sell it, so it would have actually helped them to sell their business. So I won't fault any of them if that was their intention. However, Queenie is basically a person who exudes disrespectful, foul behavior. She's the type of person that goes at people. She's the type of person that says just about anything, and I've offended quite a few persons out there. And so when she got married to this young man and he begins to display foul behavior, disloyal behavior, disrespectful behavior, other women saw it as an opportunity to chive in to see where they can help him, they can keep him when he moved out. And so just to irritate Queenie based on her past behavior. No, Queenie, as I said before, her behavior and who she is has left a very, very sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. And people are just sick and tired of this display on social media. Now, coming over to Dewey, because you're not going to escape this. You know who Queenie was. We all knew who Queenie was. We have all seen her behavior on social media. We have seen her behavior on the internet. We have seen it. Many people have experienced it and know who she was. You know who that woman is. You are a full-grown man. You are not a child. You know who Queenie was before you decided to marry her. But you saw an opportunity for you to elevate your life and to move it from point A to point B, and you decided to run with it. Now you are a married man and you want to live the life of someone that is reckless, careless, single, and immature, thinking that you have a wife that's going to agree, that's going to leave you to be, that's going to support your behavior and your attitude. If you had married a doctor, for example, a doctor is reckless or careless or nonsensical enough to decide to marry you, you would have drive that woman crazy just the same, or she may have just throw you out, or have to run away, leave you, but something would have happened. Something would have to give, because no sane woman would tolerate that kind of immature, stupid behavior. So Queenie, being an already erratic person, already deranged individual, and a person who goes from point A to point B, from 0 to 100, I'm sorry, in a matter of seconds, you decided that you're going to live your life in such a way that is unbecoming of a man, unbecoming of a husband, and it is creating a very, very serious mental unease for her. And you refuse to grow up, you refuse to do what respectful men do, so as to restore your marriage, to have a wholesome relationship, and to keep it going. These are things that you refuse to do, and because of such, it creates a problem, and you guys are always going at it. You're saying that she's disrespecting you, telling you to S your mother, telling you to do this, to do that. You have seen that behavior before, but I can understand. Nobody's going to tolerate someone disrespecting them constantly, especially when it's a woman who men seem to come and go. You would have to ask for reinforcement. You would have to ask for assistance, because nobody can deal with that at all time. At some point, you're going to react. At some point, the fuse is going to blow, where you're going to feel like you need to attack in order to defend. And so I'm not supporting violence towards women. I'm not supporting putting your hands on her. I'm just saying that I can understand if in the heat of the moment and she come in your face and attacking you physically, then you defended yourself. However, you know who she is. If she's getting into an argument with you, the best thing to do is to walk away from her. If you're not interested in hearing what someone has to say, you walk away from them. Even if it's your wife, if she's disrespectful, then you need to leave the relationship and file for a divorce. What's wrong with filing for a divorce? What's wrong with leaving each other? What's wrong with filing for divorce if both of you cannot get along? It's clear that you do not have respect for each other. It's clear that you do not. Queenie has been saying it repeatedly, do it, that you cannot speak to her like that because she is your wife. And in return, she cannot speak to you that way. But it seems to me that the way how you behave, which is disrespectful, is generating how she reacts, how she speaks to you. So you are looking for that verbal respect, and she's looking for the respect via action. And you are not giving, you are not meeting halfway, you are not doing anything. And at the same time, it's causing a negative reaction from her side, where she's not going to give you the respect verbally that you believe that you deserve. You see, when two immature people come together, when an opportunist come together, when versus a mad woman, that's what's going to happen. At all time, it's going to come in like sodium. It's very reactive. It's violent in reaction. It's not going to be settled. It's not going to create any ease. Nobody will get any ease. You knew who she was. You saw her as an opportunity where you could make money, you could get notoriety, you could get followers from it. And in case of anything, you just hop the fence and you leave. You hop and you go. That was what? You know who she was, Queenie. You also know good and well you're an older woman. You know that he's a younger person. He's a Jamaican. They are not known for being loyal to anybody, not even to their goddamn self. They're not known for being faithful. They're not known for being respectful as men. And so you took the chance in talking to a younger guy who you thought that would have showed you some sort of respect, because all you're saying that, okay, he's free to have sex with this person, but don't this and don't that. At the end of the day, that's what's bothering you. You don't want him to cheat. You want him to be a faithful, loyal, loving, and caring husband. That's what you do. That's what you want. That's what you believe you truly desire. But with the behavior that you display and your actions, I mean, even when you spoke about this situation at KFC, I had to do a video on it, because if you can convince yourself that's the way to deal with a situation and to go about to get what you want, you are mentally ill. You need serious help. Dewey can't help you because he need help himself. Both of you are severely toxic. Both of you just need to be apart from each other and go and get help. If he wants to live in his own destruction, or he wants to live his own life, immature, careless, let him be him. There are some people who will be a child forever. The Benjamin Button syndrome is with them. They will be a child forever. They will not grow up, because he knew what he was dealing with. He knew she was an older woman. He knew what woman is going to marry a man and say, okay, it's okay for you to have sex with just about whoever. That's a woman who has an intention to cheat also. And any woman who said that is saying something because she wants to have a man in her bed at night. But hindsight and in reality, no woman is going to be okay with their husband living that kind of life. So you know her age, you know who she was, you know that she was known for these crazy behavior. To a point where you call her crazy. So what do you expect? Sanity? I'm trying to understand, what am I looking at? Am I looking at sanity? Am I looking at crazy? What are you expecting? If you wish to leave, you end your marriage, you file for divorce, and you go peacefully. This back and forth on social media and stuff like that, and you're going live with her and saying this, and then you're moving out. I saw her even go to a woman's house with knife and company to attack a woman in UK. You understand me? Then you moved out. She didn't know where you were. You left for so many, I think, months or weeks, many weeks or months, and she was on the internet behaving as erratic as ever. One minute she's cursing you out, she's singing. The next minute she's cursing everybody out. The next minute she's just unhinged. She's crying. She's an emotional wreck. You are provoking this situation. You need to end your marriage. You are not planning to become a man. You are not planning to be responsible. You're not planning to be respectful. You're not planning to honor your marriage. You do not honor your marriage. You do not accept the fact that you are a married man and not a married boy. So you need to file for divorce. If you want to sleep with 50 women, go and file for a divorce and live your life accordingly. Let her go through that miserable period. Let her cry. Let her do what she has to do. Let her get over it. Let her get over it and move on. Queenie, it's obvious that Dewey has no intention to respect you. It's obvious that he doesn't care. It's obvious that he isn't planning to be there for you. He isn't planning to represent himself as a man. You're speaking of pick up bags, and he only pick up his own and go in the vehicle and say these are sign of an uncaring person, a person who doesn't even respect you, a person who doesn't even know the fundamentals of being a man. You acknowledge that you cannot change him. You cannot turn a lizard into a bird. You can't. There are some people who are going to be a baby forever. You have your issues, mental issues, serious issues that you have to deal with. You need to file for a divorce and you need to move on with your life. Close that chapter. There's nothing wrong with closing that story. You're doing your music. Go and do your music and put yourself out there so you can go and show people can see you. People like you, I guess. Close that chapter. Whoever it is in Queenie Corner that is listening to me, encourage her to close that chapter. Dewey is not the end of the world. If he drop down dead tomorrow morning, she will move on to another man. So just consider him dead to you and move on with your life. It's not worth it. And when it becomes violent where you're attacking each other, that's the end of it. I always say once a situation becomes violent, you need to end the relationship because it makes no sense. You're only going to hurt each other and it's only going to get worse. So it makes no sense staying in something that is creating unease, that's getting violent, that's drawing blood, you're punching each other. Or at what point do you realize that this needs to stop? You need to end this. You need to move on with your life. So I'm no longer speaking to Queenie. I'm also going to address the couples out there. This is not the way to go. If you're in a relationship and it's toxic, you cannot communicate, which is the first issue. You're going to have trust issues. That's going to be next. And once there is trust issues, then it's going to be respect issues. You're not going to have any respect for each other, and then the love is going to break down. So if you're with someone and you can't communicate with them, it's best to end the relationship because you can't throw water uphill. It's just a difficult, uneven, unreasonable battle that you deserve not fighting. The world is too big. There are so many people on the earth for you to worry yourself about that one person. You can date two persons at a time. You're unmarried. If you're seeking a spouse or seeking marriage, seeking a wholesome relationship, you can date two females, you can date two male at the same time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nobody can slut shame a person because they're exercising their options until they're ready to settle down with whoever it is that they see portray responsibility and respect. It makes no sense you sit in something that is creating this sort of disgrace, this sort of disrespect, and all that. It's not worth it. It's simply not worth it. You have to value yourself and tell yourself that you deserve better. You're beautiful. You're very attractive. You are wholesome. You are godly. You respect God. And because you respect God, God will help you to find someone of worth in your life. That kind of situation is not worth it. Do not look at Queenie. I know there are a lot of women out there. There are a lot of men out there who are going through the same thing. Both parties need to grow the hell up. If you're in a situation like that, move on. There is nothing wrong with move on. You were doing okay before you meet someone. Whether you were lonely, whether you were unhappy, you were by yourself. You could not force anybody to come and see you. So when the person comes into your life and they're adding to your misery, you need to end it. Once they are adding to your misery, it makes no sense. I remember I was with a guy and I realized that he was adding to my depression. Remember I told you about him? A narcissist, a liar, a grade A liar, a notorious liar, a pathological liar. Everything that he said was a lie. You promise something and he will have you thinking that he's going to deliver it and he'll never deliver it. He will say, come here 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, he doesn't call. And when you call, you can't get him. The phone is turned off 9 o'clock tomorrow. These were the mind manipulation that I went through. And I realized that, listen, I'm too beautiful for this. I'm just too beautiful. I'm too attractive. I'm too intelligent. I love myself more than I love this person. And when I look back into it, I never loved this person. I didn't even like him. When I look back at it, I didn't even like this individual. Because there's no absolute no way I could possibly like someone that was treating me like that. What happened in the process was that I abandoned myself. So it's not like I loved the individual or I liked him or I was attracted to him. I met somebody at the time when I abandoned myself. And because of such, these were the things that I was going through. Now, if I had taken time out to pay more attention to myself during the process or love myself, pamper myself a little bit more, I would have never met him. Or even if I met him, I would have dismissed him the same day. You see what happens when you love yourself? You see what happens when you pay more attention to yourself? Everything around you glow. You look way more attractive, you look way more wholesome, you feel happier, you feel younger, you feel more youthful, you're more pleasant, you when people get along, you just absorb beautiful energy that comes around in your space. So for other people out there that are looking at Queenie and Dewey situation, you make certain that you love yourself. You make certain that you pay attention to yourself and love yourself and respect yourself. And because once you see a negative energy or a sign of it, you're going to distance yourself from it because you're going to say, I don't want to see what else this person has to offer. If this is what they're offering so early, or this is who they are, and showing you who they are, believe that. Don't try to believe that, oh, I know that there is one good. Because each time when I notice Queenie speak about the bad things that she's going through, she makes an excuse for it. I heard her saying, one thing she can say, he didn't bring her any germs. I mean, what difference does it make if he bring you germs? Or he's cheating on you, doesn't respect you, he's abusing you, he's doing, you both are abusive to each other. What difference does it make? So if he had brought you with germs, what you were going to say? Oh, he brought me germs, but at least he didn't get a woman pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, he got a woman pregnant, but at least he didn't marry someone else. He didn't commit bigamy. Oh, he commit bigamy, but at least he didn't divorce me. So he's still talking. When does the madness end? You see what I'm talking about? At all time, when you abandon yourself, you will make excuse for abuse. You will make excuse for emotional abuse, for verbal abuse. You will make excuse for mental torture that you are putting yourself through. When you abandon yourself, you start to make excuses just to have that person around, that destructive person, that unhealthy person around you. I abandoned myself and I believe the lies. I believe the lies, but I should have known, because for me, you say one thing, and I'm the type of person that's very dismissive. From you say one thing to me, and it simply don't match anything else, I'm just not going to have a conversation with you. I don't care who you are. I don't care. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be an Indian, you could be a medicine, a pharmacist, you could be a vendor, you could be anything out there. Once you are saying things to me, we are dating, we're communicating, you could be a contractor. Ding. Once you're saying something to me and it doesn't sit well with me, I'm going to dismiss you. And if your movement is becoming disrespectful, if your movement is going to be disrespectful, then you're going to hear disrespectful things from me. So you have a choice. Leave me the hell alone. Leave me the hell alone. Move on. When you pay attention to yourself, you know what, you can closely monitor all the things that are happening around you and people who you entertain in your circle. When you abandon yourself, you start to make excuses for all sorts of things, for abuse in every way, for mind torture, for manipulation. You will always have an excuse for it. You will make an excuse for the person just because you want them around you. Because you have abandoned yourself. You have abandoned self-care, self-love, self-respect. So for all the young people out there, please do not look at that. Please do not consider it. And don't make any excuses and say all couples go through good and bad. No, all couples do not go through disrespect. I'm sorry. All couples do not go through disrespect. All couples do not go through abuse. All couples do not go through that. That is a lie. That is a lie. That's one of the toxicity in the Black community. Making excuses and subjecting yourself to a lot of ills and thinking that's a relationship. No, it's not. It's destruction. It's a curse that you're putting on yourself. Thinking that's the way to go. That's how relationship work. No, that is not true. That is not true. That is not true. Self-love, self-care should be paramount. Self-love and self-care should be what? Paramount. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. May God bless you.